Shalom, brothers and sisters. This is your brother Yezreela for the Northern Kingdom, bringing some edification for you Negro, Latino, and Indigenous who are the biblical Israelites. And before we start, I want to give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatham, Rakakadash, that Yahweh, being the name of the Lord, not Jehovah, or God, or Yah, or Haya, it's Yahweh, the creator of all, the Ancient of Days. And here it is written in the Paleo-Hebrew as it was in the time of Moses. Okay? And in the top left, you see the Assyrian Hebrew. Should be the modern Hebrew. And this is how you pronunciate the creator of heaven and earth, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, the God of Jacob. Okay? The I am, okay, that's what it translates to, but this is his name, Yahweh. The name of the Heavenly Father means he is in Hebrew, okay? The I am, he is. Bahasham is in the name of, and Yahweh Shai is the one you guys call Jesus or the Christ, figuratively speaking. And again, here it is written in the Paleo-Hebrew, how it's supposed to be from the time of Moses to the time of Solomon, right? The language of the Israelites, the Paleo-Hebrew. And you see his name from right to left, Yahweh Shai, which translated in English to Joshua, okay? And if you wanted the modern Hebrew, there it is in the left-hand corner in what you would call the Assyrian Hebrew. And Yahweh Shai means what? He is salvation or salvation. Okay? Not Jesus, right? Not Yahuwah or any of this stuff. Joshua. In the English, Yahweh Shai in the Hebrew. So these are the names of salvation are tied to. Okay? This is the true wisdom of the scriptures. So if you don't know, now you know. So we got to give double honors to elders in GMS where we learn this truth. Shalom to the apostles, the bishops, and to the men down on the highways and byways, giving the 100% truth day and night. Shalom to you and your household. And shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel, Labakar in the Hebrew, the house of David, being rebuilt once again, as it said in Amos 9. We're rebuilding the house of David, brothers and sisters, one stone at a time. And we give shalom to the speckled birds among the heathen nations that look like the heathen nations, but return to the house of Israel and are being edified by these videos. Shalom to you. The date today, it is November 11th of 2025, our hopeful year of salvation and the destruction of the nation of Edom. And in this epistle, this lesson, we're gonna be speaking about wisdom. Okay, because wisdom should be a primary thing that we're looking for. Wisdom is a defense. Wisdom is, and when I mean wisdom, I'm talking about the scriptures. I'm not talking about, well, I have an associate's, and then I also have a master's and an MBA and telecommunications. I'm not talking about the wisdom of this world. I'm talking about the wisdom of the scriptures, which is the true wisdom of the universe. Okay, if you can accept that. So we're going to go into wisdom. Okay, because wisdom, that's the foundation of all. Okay, so let's get that. Psalms 57 and 3. He shall send from heaven and save me from the reproach of him that would swallow me up. Who is he saving us from? Esau, the Edomites. Okay. Selah. God shall send forth his mercy and his truth. So now you have mercy and truth going hand in hand. Okay. Very important. Okay. Let's see. Ecclesiastes 7 and 12, for wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense. But the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. So, in this world, they teach you, get the bag, go get the bag, which means go make that money, right? Or try dying, right? Money is a defense, but in this world, for you to get that money, you're gonna have to do wicked things. Okay, but another defense is wisdom. Okay, because with money you could buy what? Food, a house, lawyers. It's a defense. You see that all the time. People getting off because they have a good lawyer, because they have wealth, right? They have cattle, they have gold, they have silver. These things are wealth. But it's also telling you that wisdom is above all that. For the knowledge is that wisdom giveth life from them that have it. Okay, because these words in the scriptures, in the Biblios, have power. Okay, even these people in the world have found out that words have frequencies and can heal. Okay, they have proven that. That's why these words are so powerful. Okay, and a lot of people don't understand that. I think we'll go to, let's see, John 6 and 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, the flesh profiteth nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. Okay, so once again, that is John 6 and 63. Because these are the living waters. This is life. What we're trying to give our people is life. Okay, remember, we made a contract with the Heavenly Father, and Moses said, what are you going to choose? Hear ye life or death? Why? Because if you abandon this, it's death, darkness. Okay, when you read Ezekiel 37, the valley of the dry bones, that is us. Walking around with no spirit, being animated with nothing in there. Okay? So once again, the Lord has given us His living water. He's waking up His people from their last captivity, returning to their God. Okay? Because remember, we're going to follow other gods in the lands that we will be sold to. But the Lord is going to wake up a small number of people, a small number of Israelites, okay, and give this truth, this precious truth. Okay, that's why there is not that many people that believe in this. Look at your family members. They can't see it because the Lord didn't give them the eyes to see or the ears to hear. Okay, this is a very special thing. If you understand what I'm saying, then the Lord has called you to this truth. Okay, so many are called, but few are chosen. So we don't know if we're chosen, but we're definitely called, brothers and sisters. So as long as we endure to the end, we got to keep it pushing. We have to get this wisdom understanding and keep it going. Okay, and hopefully we'll endure to the end. That's what they call us, the hopeful elect. That we have hope, that we are of the elect. Let's see, what's another verse? Yeah, I guess we go there. It's yeah, I'll get there. First Kings 4. Alright, let's get from the top. Salakia, brothers. 1 Kings 4 and 30. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country, and all the wisdom of Egypt. For he was wiser than all men, than Ethan the Ezrahite, and Haman, and Shakal, and Darda, the sons of Mahal. And his fame was in all nations round about. And he spoke 3,000 proverbs, and his songs were 1,005. And he spoke the trees from the cedar, trees that is in Lebanon, even unto the hyssop that springeth out of the wall. He spoke also of beasts and fowl, of creepy things, of fishes. And there came of all people to hear the wisdom of Solomon from all the kings of the earth, which had heard of this wisdom. So when people heard of this wisdom, they went and traveled many miles to hear this truth. Okay? So just like gold and silver, you just can't find gold just when walking around. Oh, here's some gold nuggets. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, here's some diamonds. Oh, no, you have to dig for it and dig and dig down deep into the earth to find gold and silver and diamonds and rubies. These precious things. You just can't find them out in the sand, or just get, oh, here's some coins or some gold. Everything that is worthwhile is hard to get, including this wisdom. So these kings had to travel a long way to hear the wisdom of Solomon. Okay, let's see. Ecclesiastes 7 and 12. For wisdom is a defense, and money is a defense, but the excellency of knowledge is that wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Right? We just read John 6 and 63, right? That these words have life. So wisdom is a defense, but money is a defense as well. But wisdom giveth life to them that have it. Very important. I believe. Wisdom of Solomon 7 and 28. For God loveth none but him that dwelleth with wisdom, which is these law, statutes, and commandments, right? The scriptures, to dwell in it day and night. For she is more beautiful than the sun, and above all the orders of the stars, being compared with the light, right? Because we are the sons of the light. She is found before it. But after this cometh night, but vice shall not prevail against wisdom. Okay, very important, brothers and sisters. We are the sons of the light. This is the truth, the living waters, right? What is another term for it as well? Proverbs 6 and 23. For the commandments is a lamp, and the law is light, and reproof of instruction are the way of life. So we're talking about the living waters, light. We're the sons of the light. All these terms are saying the exact same thing. Let me get one more verse. What is it? Luke 11. Yeah. And here's the important verse, okay? This is Luke 11 and 31. The queen of the south. It's talking about Sheba. The queen of the south. So Sheba means the Sabians, the king of the Sabians. Which if you read in Joel 3, tells you that we're going to sell the children of the Edomites, the Sabians, okay? The queen of the south shall be rise up in judgment with the men of this generation. So hear this. We are that generation they're talking about. Okay, we're that last generation before the kingdom come. And condemn them. For she came from the outermost part of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon. Okay, so if you start looking up the Queen of Sheba, she came from what you would call modern day Yemen. Okay, and Yemen from Jerusalem is 15,000 miles. So let that sink in. There's no cars, there's no planes. 15,000 miles across desert, right? Harsh lands, animals, thieves, right? So she had all these camels, and she's coming with camels, and months, maybe years, it took to travel that time. Remember, only an animal could travel so far that you have to give it salt and water and hay, and you got to rest a couple, 3 days, and then keep it pushing. So how long did it take? It's a long time. And she used those resources. She brought spices and gold and silver for Solomon. Okay? But she traveled that long because she wanted to find out this wisdom. Long way, right? So again, the queen of the south shall rise up in judgment with the men of this generation and condemn them. For she came from the outermost parts of the earth to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and behold, the greater than Solomon is here. So what is it saying? She traveled so long to hear the wisdom of Solomon, and she even said that it was just what she heard was more than she was expecting. But what's happening is that people had to travel long ways to hear Solomon, the wisdom of that time, right? But here it is in the here and the now, that this word is in the highways and byways. There's videos that you can see. The camps are everywhere, and our people are walking by these jewels, these precious things, this water, the living water, and walking right over it, walking across from it, or walking away from it. That's why 2/3 of the nation of Israel are going to be put to death, because they walked right by it. Right? This precious commodity, this living water, these jewels, this wisdom is above all things. Fear God and keep the commandments, right? These people don't fear God. They don't keep the commandments. They love this world. Okay? They do what the hell the king of Babylon wants, right? So that's what's going to happen, because of this is a heathen, a so-called Sabian, a Hamite, a so-called African, somebody that's not even chosen from the line, came from a long way, used up her resources, her money, her energy, her wealth to come and hear Solomon, which was the truth of that day. But here is the truth brothers going on the highways and byways, doing videos, epistles, and all this, and our people don't give two shits about it. And that's why the Lord is going to come hard down on these people. Great judgment is coming, right? The great sifting of the house of Israel. And that's why wisdom is a defense, okay? If you have this wisdom, the Lord is dealing with you one way or another, okay? I'm not saying we're chosen, because we will know that in the kingdom. We'll know that in the end. We don't know if we're going to endure to the end. But we have faith. That's what we call ourselves, the hopeful elect. We have hope that we are the elect. We're not like these Jehovah's Witnesses or these Christians that tell you, I'm saved. I got some dirty water on my head and I'm saved. But wait a minute. Wasn't Ms. Jenkins saved and she got run over last week? You know what I mean? They don't know what it is to be saved. Saved from what? They have no idea. But you have to understand, this wisdom is not for everyone. That's why everybody in your family ain't going to get this. Everybody in your block ain't going to get this. Okay? Very few people are going to understand, because the Lord already chose from the foundation of the earth the elect. Okay? Narrow is the way, and wide is the way of destruction. Call Halal Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Barakatham, Rakakidash, and he that have ears let him hear. Shalom.